Hey guys, it's School here. So there's a big Catherine information blowout this weekend. All kinds of new details on the new story mode. There's different voice actors that all play Cthrin. Lots of really cool details, but there's also a huge blowout on information about competitive. They showed the first new videos of the versus mode, and it got a featured spot in the trailer, and it's really cool, and I wanted to share all that with you guys. So I have the two videos of gameplay that we have, and I kind of did a live reaction overview on them. So if you want to check those out, stay tuned after the jump, and you should be able to see. Alright, so here is the first clip. This is going to show Imperia, which is a band stage in traditional competitive Catherine. So we're going to start here on the character select. This is something new. The second clip has a bit more on that though, so I can share that more there. So we're going to jump around a little bit before finally settling on Inquisition. So this was done during a live stream that was kind of information blowout. So this is kind of one of the coolest things that's new. You're going to see right here, it's the character like matchup screen. So you're going to see the two character skins that are chosen, the two names. You're going to see an item indicator on the bottom that'll say item or no item depending on whether or not that's the thing, because there is an actual item toggle now, which is really interesting. Has a lot of potential cool applications and implications for competitive play. So right here, this is Inquisition. Inquisition, if you don't know, is a band stage in vanilla Catherine. It's not something that really lends itself to good solid play, and this keeps a lot of the same flavor. I was talking with Linus about whether or not this is going to actually become legal. I don't personally think this fixes a lot of the issues. It still is very short. It's going to encourage very scrappy fights. There are two items that we don't. One of them apparently makes both players invisible for a short period of time. That's the potion that second player picks up. We have no idea what those skulls do. Those are also new. Admittedly, I'm not very hepped up about the invisibility item. The only way I would really like it is if it was single player and it made them invulnerable to be getting hit, because I think that would be really fun to have this kind of invisible raid boss item as like a last resort, but it doesn't appear to be that. So one other feature that I noticed that I really like, you'll see when characters are sidling, it highlights the edge of the blocks that they're sidling so you can see exactly what plane you're on at all times. It's not something that really I think is necessary or was an issue previously, but I think it is useful, and I don't think it's a bad feature to have. So you're going to see right here we're on round 3. The players they have doing this aren't very good, but at least they do give us 3 rounds in every stage, so we kind of get a better look. The top of the stage does appear to still be random. That's one of the bigger issues with vanilla Inquisition, is that it's incredibly inconsistent what happens at the top of the stage. This doesn't seem to fix that. It's one of my bigger concerns, actually. So yeah, so lots of little quality live streams. You also notice that it highlights them when they're not visible directly to the game. Really went in on the usability. And then we have a victory screen, which is totally new, and I'm so happy to see that. I suppose with the new characters, it's a thing. So we're going to jump right into the next one shortly. There you go. You see a little bit of the new intro screen. Back to the character select. So I'm going to jump through. So by default, we know of these 4 skins. You have Naked and Clothed Vincent and Red Cap and Blue Cap. And there's also going to be DLC to play as Joker from Persona 5. Basically, 90% of the community just became Joker mains, which is kind of hilarious, actually. Dacid Bro probably will stick with his signature orange or red cap. So they go through the stages here briefly. If you pay attention, they're going to actually skip over 2 of them that we don't know anything about. So there's a random toggle now, which is really cool, actually. I would totally be down for that being how the first stage is decided rather than stage striking. There's also an item toggle. If you look in the bottom right, there's item Nashi, which is like no. But there are 2 stages called, let me see if I remember correctly. It's a range, which might actually just be a toggle that changes all the other stages. And there is a stage called, I believe, Close Encounter, so which apparently is completely new. They also reworked Clock Tower, and hopefully they reworked Prison. So this is Quadrangle. Quadrangle, if you know from Vanilla Catherine, is one of the more polarizing stages matchup-wise because of it has no items. Weirdly, it's a very unique feature, and the stage has them. So the layout itself looks to be relatively identical, and unfortunately the players they have don't really know how to deal with ice blocks at all. I would have really preferred they just give the controller to two devs that have played this a bunch, but we're not that lucky, unfortunately. I do believe the devs have explicitly stated they paid attention to the competitive community, and Mekasue, who is one of the Japanese competitive Catherine players I've talked to, has actually spoken directly with the devs at EVO Japan. So I do expect the devs sort of understand what the game is and where it's coming from, even though probably the people that we'd want them to talk to the most in Jazz or Dacid don't have that ability. So you see right there, there's an X Factor on that block. X Factor was heavily nerfed. It's no longer a duration, it's on a charge system, which I think is really, really interesting. It's a lot weaker, but I think it may be a pretty good way of rebalancing X Factor to not be super dominant at high levels of play. So we're here on the final round. I don't really have too much more to say. It still seems like aggressive play is going to work very well. Items may be weaker just because the choices they have for them. But overall, it's a pretty solid base. Online play has a ranking system as well, which is really, really cool. Even if no one else uses it, that could be a really fun way for us to see tournaments, especially since we can schedule times for, say, 7 o'clock Eastern and have as many people get on ranked as possible at a time so that the rankings are more accurate for our system. But it'll also just be fun to have a rank A or rank S player and have that as like a feather in your cap. So the video is about to end right here. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will share any other news about Full Body as it comes along.